Hello, Chester here. Today we're going to be playing Jeskai Tempo, but this is called Ragavan Tempo because our main threats are just Ragavans. So Tamayo doesn't really deal damage, but it does get a bit snowbally once it generates clues. Once you get into the long game, you can cash in those clues and even have the option to flip her early on. So things like Ragavan or Tamayo just make the game about them once they land. Less so for Ragavan because there's a lot of blockers now, but that can be easily solved by running 8 removal spells in the main. And I think this is good in the current format because there's a lot of single target threats like where you zone guard, you have Ragavans, you have Deadright Shaman. So loading up on one mana removal is nice. And we also have the shield back package. We're not closing out games that fast. So I think this is better than trying to go for spell pierce because Flare of Denial can act as a hard counter later on. We also have three treasure crews, which is pretty standard for my list. During revealed, we are a mana drain deck. We're not running the full four, but we're running three. And Lorian Reveal makes you moonproof. It also gives you a mana sink for mana drain. Treasure Cruise is also one. Lures is also one. We are running 22 lands, so we actually count strip mines as almost half a land here. So we're technically running 24 lands, 20 colored lands. And as for the sideboard, we do have Fragment Reality. This is a show and tell all star. It exiles basically everything, but with the downside of having that player put a random creature replace it. Then we have Flusterstorm, which is great into show and tell, one of the bigger targets that you should be aiming for. Spell Pierce is just generally a good conditional counter spell for, let's say, Sorin, Planeswalkers. So you should be still playing a bit of Spell Pierce, not just Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm is more targeted towards Show and Tell. Spell Pierce is a bit more universal. We have a couple of Stern Scoldings here for energy. That is the second target for this meta because SNT and energy are still on top. We also have Fire Magic, and this is the best sweeper that you can run in this format right now because with us becoming a strip mine format, there's really no time to ramp up into Rat of the Skies anymore. So you kind of have to run cheaper sweepers like Fire Magic, which can clear an energy board for one mana. But usually you're using the Flame Sweep mode, which is great because it's instant speed. We have four commandeers here just to respect the Dark Ritual piles running around. We are currently running 24 blue cards in the main deck, but post board, you're bringing in additional 4, 5, and 7, possibly 7 cards. So you're going to meet the requirements for Commandeer. And the basic planes in the sideboard is just a respect for moon decks because they do still exist. That's also why we're playing for Flooded Strand and 2 Arid Mesa here. Arid Mesa can fetch for the Surveil, the Bolt Shocks. So it is great main board and great post board when you bring in planes. Let's try to play some games. Let's play first. I don't know what they're playing. We're going to lead with shield back. Next turn we can dash in Ragavan. Okay, that's going to be a problem. I think we could just play out Ragavan and Tameo.
This is an interesting story.
Okay, what do we do here? Just getting rid of the tomb. I was thinking about taking them off planes, but maybe that's too cute. Okay, I can trade with the Cottontail. Okay, just need to counter the debuffed creature. I don't think this is it. There's no offspring. I don't really care about the card advantage because they have one ring. Let's see if they trade. Let's play the island here. Pretty sure we can't beat the one ring here. We need to draw fire magic. Yep. So for this deck, don't want a strip mine. We take out the mana drains. Bring in the fragment realities, stern scolding, fire magic, trim down on Ragavans here. That should be good enough. Alright, the plains. Let's play first. So many lands on there. This is good. We have Ragavan with a bunch of bolts. Okay. You're the energy deck now. Okay. I think I'm okay with drawing into the brainstorm. So here's the original. We're just gaming. I'm right. Yes, we brainstorm first. Okay. Those are bad hits. Guess I'd rather fragment this. Okay, just counter this. Don't think I want Tameo. That's a good dot deck.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
I trade. Yeah, I don't think I block. Okay. Okay. Let's fetch 4 lands. Hopefully we can close this out. It's holding that. I think this is capable on the draw. We have brainstorm and land.
I've read nearly the entire library.
That is fine. We can't flare of denial anymore.
I'll aid you. So focus. Violence is not the answer. Shh, quiet in the library.
I think I just get pulled here. Okay, let's start with brainstorm. I don't want Torian revealed anymore. And I guess the worst card in this hand is Shield back.
Think before you act. Stop interrupting my work.
Now we can fetch for Archive. There's a swords.
Violence is not the answer.
I think I just pass here. I just fire magic. I can rebuy the fire magic if they have a lot of tokens here.
I highly recommend this book. Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
I think I'm just gonna do this now. Rebuy that.
One of my favorites.
Then flip the new Tamio.
I will protect this library with my life. Think before you act.
We can flare the Sunburn here.
I want to trust you. I am not defenseless.
Let's just pass. The prismatic ending is looking bad here.
Stop interrupting my work.
Now we can dash Ragavan here. Okay.
Use your words. Aggression is unbecoming. Violence is not.
I think I'm just gonna rebuy lures here. Play out a shield back. Okay. We do this. Kill the prides.
I am not defenseless.
And we don't care about this enchanter.
Shh. Quiet in the library.
Then here we can turn the corner now. Nice. I guess I should have
Words.
-4 flare or something.
I've nearly finished my research, and you will not stop me.
Can keep dashing Ragavan.
too late reading. Again.
Let's just play out the Ragavan. Nice. Our opponent is on a Rorion deck. I think this is a fine hand. We have Ragavan. A lead with Thoughtseize. I'm guessing they might have something to put into play here. Maybe a Bowmasters. Yeah, they have the Bowmasters. I guess what we can do here is maybe take them off the black source. It's just to pass the turn here. Overlord. Let's just pass the turn. Not really liking this draw. They also have red. Hmm. I might cycle one. I think I have to keep one for brainstorm purposes. Let's cycle one. Fetch a white source. A mana drain. I guess that is fine. Okay, they cast Ophelia. So now we're going to cycle away the mana drain. Now I think I just go for a cruise even if it hurts. I'm not gonna play around ephemerate. There's a Thoughtseize. You can take whatever they want here. think I'm just passing. Need to hold the flare. Yes, I can play out shield back. We are dead here. Yep. Okay, for this matchup, you want to cut these. I think I want both. I want prismatic endings. Stern Scolding comes in. Fragment Reality. We can cut a Ragavan for another Fire Magic. I don't think this is a strip mine game. Maybe it is. Let's play first. Okay, Ragavan is still good. The play pattern you want to see for this deck is to just remove, draw into Treasure Cruise, then repeat.
Oh, I stayed up too late reading.
Let's put a stop here. Here's a Peddler. They see a bunch of removal spells. Should just take swords here. I think we can pass the turn here. Just gonna point removal at that Peddler. They might have Ephemerate or something. Stoneforge. Let's pass the turn. Okay. I think I just bought this. I'm just gonna use this as a cantrip. They are going to Peddler. I think I'm just gonna remove that. Try to draw some cards. I think we're likely to lose this one because of that Yorion. We need to draw into a treasure cruise. Okay, that is a start. Well, I guess we got somewhere. It's Ophelia. Okay, I guess I fragment that. Don't want the strip mines. Don't want these two.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
Guess we should just draw into lures. Maybe I should block with Tamio here. If they have removal, we just lose. Okay. Let's play first. This is a bad hand. Okay, this is better. We got turn 1 Ragavan. We just use a turn 1 Ragavan and lose to Dark Ritual play. Okay. We dodged it. That's actually tempting. Do I want to do this? Oh, cool. Okay. I'm the land destruction deck now. For their deck, you want Fragment Reality. You want Stern Scolding. We're gonna board out a strip mine in favor of a plains. Not sure if this is a fire magic matchup. Probably not. Removal spells are good. Prismatic ending possibly good. Think we cut the mana drains here. I guess Eastern Schooling for Pierce instead. We essentially have three lands here. Let's go with Dragavan first. I think this is the better play against a Strip Mine deck instead of Phantasmal Shield back. They're really playing a greedy deck here. Guess I'm gonna go for Arid Mesa. Play out a shield back. I don't think I strip mine yet. Alright, let's play first. Okay, we have Ragavan. We just go for it. Let's just brainstorm here. Don't want this and this. I think I'm fine with trading my Ragavan here. Should have led with, yeah, should have led with brainstorm first. Maybe I could have dashed. Hmm. Don't think I want a Tamio. Perfect. Okay, now we have Flare. Let's see what they get first. Okay, just a strip mine. Don't really care about strip mine when we have Ragavan out.
No, no, I'm late for class.
Maybe I just hold on to this. We can manage in. Okay, let's see what they get here. Okay, So for this matchup, you want stern scolding. I don't think I want stern scolding. Maybe fragment reality instead. Strip mine should go. Fire magic isn't good here. I think this is good enough. Maybe this deck wants a subtlety. Okay, this is okay. Let's just surveil here. Don't think I want a Tameo here. Go for the brainstorm. Don't want shield back here and island. I think I passed the turn here. We need to brainstorm into removal. Okay. You're gonna put the swords to plowshares on top. I think we're getting strip mined this turn.
This is an
Let's
interesting.
go for Tameo here. Hopefully that's the end of their onslaught. They missed a land drop. So this is better because they do run Micah Spawn, and that can hardcast Grief. Okay, let's just mana drain that. Okay, Link to Dust. I think I just pass here. You just need to top deck Treasure Cruise. You can hold on to lands here, but this Cling to Dust is going to go for the distance. They've already used 3 strip mines, I guess. A Zone Guard or Mycospawn can end me here. Yep, there's the Mycospawn. Let's go for one more turn. I don't think I'm winning this one. I think the pending should be just Stern Scolding. Let's play first. I guess this is an okay hand. Let's just put that away. We need to find threats here. Okay, there's a Ragavan. But let's save the Ragavan for later. Maybe we're going to dash it. I think you just play out the monkey. Okay. think we're just gonna have to take a hit here. Okay. Still haven't drawn into any of my crews. Hmm. I don't think I get anything here. Need them to miss. Okay. Easy game. This is really popular right now, and I think it's really strong. Welcome back. So, what do we think of the deck? I do think this is one of the best performing lists I have right now, and it's mostly because of the interaction suite here. This is technically running 4, 7, 9, 10 removal spells in the main, and you also have 7 counter spells in the main, which will deal with a lot of the decks in the format right now. And Ragavan is here to bail you out against the strip mine decks. Tamio is also just a good threat that you can turn into a real clock with Brainstorm or just by flipping her through clues. Phantasmal Shieldback continues to be necessary if you want to run Flare of Denial. And you have Treasure Cruise, Lorien Revealed to refill your hand once you have thrown a bunch of removal spells at your opponent. And I do think the most awkward card in here is the Strip Mine. I would probably want to cut one for a Mystic Sanctuary, so just you have that option to fetch a Mystic Sanctuary. Because I do think since the games go long with this deck, the strip mine gets worse, and you end up flooding a bit if you do draw them into the late game, and we're not really relying on it to make Flare of Denial live. Flare of Denial is always live. There's also that tension, I guess, that when you use Strip Mine early on, the hard cast mode on Flare of Denial becomes unavailable to you. So the main problem this deck has is closing games, or maybe even that aspect of just locking the game out. Like I said, you tend to flood out on longer games, unable to close out. So you might want to. You have two options here. You either pivot into a full control deck, or you keep the strip mines and then cut some of the interaction here for more threats to close out the game. And it's really up to you as the player to decide if you want to be more controlling or be a little bit more aggressive. And if you're going to go for the aggro route, you still want to play Swords to Plowshares. This is just a busted removal spell. I don't think you just go up in Bolt, go down on Prismatic Ending. I think the shield back package is still necessary. You could cut Lawyer Reveals here. You could possibly cut Fire Magic. So what we kind of want to do here is run Dragon's Rage Channeler. If you want to go the aggressive route, you just run Channeler here. I do think you want to remove all the mana drains. 10 removal spells is okay. This is okay. Now we just have to switch this up. Let's put Archive in there. We could cut a fetch, bringing us down to 21. We need two more cuts, so it's possibly just Fire Magic and Prismatic Ending for bubbles. So if you want to go for the aggressive route, I think this is the adjustment you could make. You could just add Dragon's Rage Channeler. This gets you digging for more threats. And it also works with Treasure Cruise. It's also good with Lurus. And now the strip mines make a bit more sense because you're playing more on the early game. And again, Swords to Plowshares and hitting face might seem counterintuitive, but it doesn't excuse the fact that Swords to Plowshares is still a busted card and you are running white for Lurus. You could make the argument that you should just drop the Lurus, maybe play Blood Moon, stay blue red, but that is an entirely different build from at this point. And of course, with this change, you go down to 19 blue cards. So you might want to change commandeers here because you won't be able to have space anymore. I think you're gonna cut 8 for combo. Yeah, I don't think you could meet the minimum requirements. Because even if you bring in 8 cards, that only takes you around 27. So commandeer becomes a bit less reliable, but maybe that's fine. I would try out more spell pierce in here, more conditional counter magic for the combo decks. But you definitely don't want mana drain, I think, in the sideboard. I feel like that just doesn't make sense. Maybe I'm wrong. But here's one way to build it. The other one is to retain the retain the retain most of the shell. Let's just reset. Maybe you just want to retain most of the shell. So what you will do you want to be a bit more controlling is just to cut a strip mine for a Mystic Sanctuary. This gives you a bit more play in the long game because compared to strip mine, Mystic Sanctuary is better way late into the game. Strip mine becomes a dead draw when you get to the late game because you're not really playing spell pierce for this to matter. You might take off some colors, but I think the game drags long enough to make it not matter because they will eventually just draw out of it if you're not pressuring them that hard. Strip mine is still a good card to have. This deals with Cavern of Souls, this deals with the Soul Lands. In niche cases, you can take people off interaction. So let's say you're up against show and tell. You can take them off green mana so that they don't have access to Veil. So that is one way to play with Strip Mine. But I do think this benefits more if you cut one, add one Mystic Sanctuary. I think that fixes a lot of problems if you're trying to do the control plan. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.